What's up, guys? It's Casey Zogelman, aka the Fourth Sanderson Sister, coming at you with another Hocus Pocus Book of Recipes video. In today's video, we're going to be back in this lovely official cookbook. I'm going to knock everything over while I'm doing this. Our official cookbook, making the cheese puff chicken tenders. I'll go ahead and read this description. I didn't in the last one for some reason. It was late. I was tired. So this is the cheese puff chicken tenders. Mary makes herself quite at home in Master's house. She curls up in his favorite easy chair and happily stuffs her face with a bowl of cheese puffs she finds on the table. Nobody can help that, okay? Those things are addictive. Although Master's wife is unimpressed, and in fact, develops an immediate loathing for the snack-happy witch, it's not her she hated, it was Sarah. For a different reason.
Master, would thou dance with me?
These cheesy, crunchy chicken tenders will be beloved by young and old alike. The littlest witches may enjoy them plain, while those with more adventurous palates might serve them over salad or with a side of dead man's toes, which I'll make in a later video. However one prefers them, these chicken tenders are a staple in any Salem household. No witchcraft necessary, but a lot of kitchen witchcraft necessary, which is what we're going to do today. So, first things first, we gotta make our marinade. So the first thing you need is 2 cups of buttermilk. Well, let me go on and tell you what you need. You need buttermilk. You need mustard. Yellow mustard. You need hot sauce. Yes, I am pausing for a minute so you can read what the label says. Don't say it out loud, kids. You need some olive oil for the frying later. You need pepper, onion powder, paprika, mayonnaise, salt, sour cream, chicken tenders, obviously, and cheese puffs. I got the party size so I can eat some later. So there's that. First thing we're going to do is put together the marinade for the chicken to sit in, which is 2 cups of buttermilk, buttermilk smells really bad. I don't like the smell of buttermilk. I don't like the taste of buttermilk. But it's good for a marinade. That's why I got the small size. So I didn't have to worry about having too much of it left over. Alright. God, that stinks. So I have a bowl here for this kind of stuff. I'm trying to move things out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So you got that. Next thing you need a half a teaspoon of paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, so you don't need nearly as much of this as you do the other. Oh, man, it's hard as a brick. Goes the onion powder. Another half a teaspoon of salt. I do it just like this out of the shaker. Takes a little while. That's okay, we're not in any hurry. Alright. That goes in there. And then you need a tablespoon, a whole tablespoon of the mustard. There we go. Squeeze it till it farts. Alright. You're going to need this tablespoon again in a little bit. And then whisk that all together to make your marinade for your chicken. I'd say it smells good, but it doesn't because buttermilk is just so potent. It's so potent and not in a good way. You'll also need your little whiskey again later. I might need a little whiskey before this is over. Whew. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your chicken tenders and they're going to go into the marinade for 30 minutes. I believe is how long yes. It's got to go for 30 minutes. So that's why we're doing this first. That's why we're doing this first before we make the sauce and everything. So let's get these guys all nestled in here so they can get nice and flavored up. This is also going to help us later on to keep the breading stuck to the chicken. Make sure this is in an airtight container so it's good. There we go. I'm going to try to give it a little shake just so everything gets coated. And then it goes in the fridge for 30 minutes. So the next thing we're going to focus on is the dipping sauce. You need your sour cream and mayo for this. You're going to want a little spatula for this part. So you need 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Which is more or less the entire container of an 8-ounce thing of sour cream. So you're not leaving a lot in there, just a little. I'll put that to good use later. Alright, not in this video, but later. Then you need a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And you don't have to make this part. This is basically the if this kind of dipping sauce floats your boat deal. Which it may not for everybody, and that's okay. Everybody's got different palates. I'm glad I got the tiny bottle. There we go. Alright. Phew. Mayo goes in. Forgive all the banging, folks. It's just how this goes. And remember how I said you need your tablespoon again later? You do, because you got to do another tablespoon of yellow mustard. Ah! It fell down. You quit that. There we go. Alright. We're done with you now, because everything else is teaspoons. So you need another 1/2 teaspoon. This time you need 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder instead of 1/4. And you're reversing roles for the salt this time. This time the salt is 1/4 of a cup. Alright, 1/4 of a teaspoon, excuse me. Not 1/4 of a cup. That would kill you. How'd you die? Making a recipe because this YouTuber got things wrong. And then it just says fresh ground pepper. So, we're just gonna... I want this to be a little peppery, personally. So we're gonna hit it with that. And then you get to add your hot sauce to your desire. I kind of like a little bit of a spicy dip. So we're going to add in about that much, which I think personally is going to be enough. And then stir it all together. I'll say this, the color isn't that pleasing, but looks can be deceiving, as we all well know. There was one time I was watching a season of Worst Cooks in America, and this one chick on there, I think her name was Sarah, had like an aversion to condiments. Like she would almost puke anytime they would mess with condiments, and I just found that wild. That was just wild to me. Alright, so there's that. We'll transfer this over to a better bowl. Alright, there we go. There's that. I'm going to set that right there for the moment. Sauce is in its container. I'm going to give it a little try off the spoon. Because you know, you're supposed to taste your food. That is not horrible. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. It could use a little more heat, personally. I may add some more hot sauce to it later on, but I did it with the proper measurements this time, so. Now comes the violent part. It's time to pulverize some Cheetos. It says 14 ounces of these pulverized. This bag is 13 and a half. I'm not making that many Cheeto chicken tenders, so I kind of doubt we're going to need the entire bag. But I've been wrong before. So let's get those in there, and we're just going to pulverize these things. Oh, that one tried to get away. Well, I'll tell you what happens to you. He tried a little funny business. He had to be punished. I may do a few more, but I don't think I'm going to need more than that. I think 14 ounces is being a little generous. Yeah, there weren't that many chicken tenders in there. I think that's plenty. Like, that's what a couple dumps got me. That isn't even the whole thing. So I think we're good on that front. That's all we need at the moment. We still got a while before the chicken is ready to come out. So I think we're just gonna have to take a little breaky break until it's done marinating, and then I'll show you guys how to safely fry, and we'll give them a taste test.
1 hour later.
Alright, the time has passed. And remember what I said about frying? Well, we're not frying anything. It actually goes in the oven at 425. So we're going to get that preheating while I get everything breaded and put on our baking sheet here. So here's our little station here. God, that stuff smells bad. This stuff smells horrible. One at a time, you're going to take your chicken tenders out. Drip off as much of that excess as you can. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very, very soggy. And that's not something you want. When you go in, do a little dippy dip. Press gently to get it to adhere. Okay. Oven was making a noise, kind of scared me, I won't lie. I was like, uh-oh. That can't be good. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Making a ticking sound. A mysterious ticking sound. And then you're going to set those right on your baking sheet. So we're going to go through the process of getting these guys in here. Like I said, drip off that excess because you really don't want all of that getting all up in your cheese puffs. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun. So I'm trying to get as much off as I can. There we go. Right. I like to just go ahead and cover them and then press it in, because it just gets it all up in there. Coats it real good. And you take it out and then you put it over here. And just keep doing it. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim, swim. Wrong movie, Casey. You are a Hocus Pocus channel, not a Finding Nemo channel. What is wrong with you? How much time do we have to answer that question? How much is wrong with me? A lot. The answer is a lot. That's why when everybody at work asks, do you need help? I say, not the kind you can give me. And then they go, same. Because we're all mad here. Boy, this stuff breads better than just about any breading I've ever used. And that's not a joke. Like, I'm serious. That's breading better than a lot of stuff. So this recipe is made for 4 pounds of chicken. That's why I didn't make the entire bag of Cheetos into Cheeto dust. Because I don't need that much. I don't need that much. And you can serve this with just about anything. You can serve these with homemade fries. You can serve them with leftover pan hag like I've got in the fridge. And if you haven't watched that, you can do so by clicking on this thing right over here. That's really good. You can serve it however you want. But yeah, I can see where little kids and adults are going to like these. I hope they come out good and crispy. That's what I'm worried about. There's nothing worse than a soggy chicken tender. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? As you can see, I'm about halfway through the amount of chicken that I put in here earlier. You don't need this much Cheeto dust. You're baking these for 15 to 18 minutes, or when your thermometer says 165 degrees on the inside of your chicken. Because if it says anything less than that, don't eat it. You're going to get salmonella, and then you're going to get really sick, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. No salmonella. Just say no to salmonella. We had to get on there a little cockeyed, but we made it. We made it. Where's the Tapiti boy hanging out in there? You're not getting away that easily. You're going to go right in between there. Alright, so there we go. These are going to go in the oven as soon as it beeps at 425 for 15 to 18 minutes. Alright, y'all, it is done. We have the chicken tenders finished. I'm finishing up some fried squash for me. We've got our dipping sauce. We're going to give it a shot. This one here that kind of looks like it fell apart was my tester to make sure they were done. Matter of fact, I think they were a little overdone, but that's okay. Better overdone than underdone. So let's give this a try. You know, that's pretty good. I gotta say, you can taste the cheese puff, but not to the point where it's overpowering. I thought the sauce was a little bland, but putting it together with the chicken, it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna finish this one. Alright, that's pretty good. Once you put it all together, it tastes great. I'm enjoying that. So that one is not just a bunch of hocus pocus. I give it 2 thumbs up. Kids, you would love this one. Adults, you would love this one. Unless you don't like cheese. Then you wouldn't like this one. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. It's free. It helps me. What helps me helps you guys get more great content like this. It's getting excited behind me here. I will be putting these out periodically. Like I said, I don't know how often they're going to come out. I'm sure whenever you're seeing this, there's going to be a Thursday night Twitch stream and then a Saturday night Black Flame Gaming stream. So that'll be fun. I don't know when you're seeing this. This could be tomorrow or 10,000 years from now. I don't know. But if you're a regular on this channel, please remember to drop a like and share your thoughts on this recipe down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Casey Zolgaman, aka the 4th Sanderson Sister, and I'll see you witches and wizards later.